皆さんどうも、ライトと申します. Hey, this is Light everyone, and today I'm going to show you one book for you to pass your JLPT test, your Japanese language proficiency test, and 5 being the easiest, and 1 being the hardest. And I know many people say that you don't need to take the N5, N4, or N3 test because you need the N2 certificate in order to get a job in Japan. Well, some jobs, yes, but in most cases, I would recommend taking the N3. While those other people study an extra year or two to get their N2, you can get your N3 certification and already apply to jobs. We have a declining population in Japan. They need people to work urgently, and for you to get this N3 level certificate will actually be a way better option than to invest that time and money in getting the N2, right? So I would say go for the N3. The N5 and 4 can actually boost your motivation, and you do need the N5 and 4 vocabulary, grammar, and listening, and all those skills in order to pass the others, right? But if I can recommend one book, most people I ask, what made you pass the test? They will say a Q&A, like a mock test format book. And I do recommend this book. I have thousands of more I'm going to show you. And I'm not kidding. I do have thousands of books I'm going to show you on this channel. But for now, if you want to focus on passing the test and kind of cheat your way, get one specific book. I'll post in the description the links to these 4 books. And in the test, you don't speak, right? So that's up to you. You also have a listening test. And I'm going to share the best podcast. But for listening, it's so boring. The test is so boring that it's not the Japanese that's difficult. And I promise you this test is so boring for the listening part that you lose focus midway. It's not because you don't know the vocabulary or the grammar or the story or the dialogue, but it's because it's just so damn boring. And for this in 5 and 4 level, I do recommend you listen to Nihongo con Teppei on Spotify or YouTube. For the N3 level, I recommend you listen to Easy Japanese, Spotify or YouTube. And in 2 and 1 levels, I recommend you listen to Japanese University on YouTube. Now, the beautiful thing about this, they're all Japanese native people, so you don't have to listen to foreigners or weird accents and actual Japanese contents. They're teaching you about Japan, the language, and yeah, depending on the level, right? So you want to go with native content, not foreigners speaking Japanese. That is not a good start, in my opinion. However, I do like Dogen. If you know Dogen, he's excellent at what he does. Good. Now I'm going to open up the books and N5 and N4, so you want to start here. The format of this book is it's going to show you a question, let's say at the top. This is kind of mixing N5 and N4, so it's a great approach because there's no official list on what they use. If you can see there's a question at the top, then they give you 1, 2, 3, 4 answers, and you just encircle the right answer. Then you check the back and you see, oh dear me, you see if you're right or wrong. The answer is number 4. They give you the furigana and the English translations. And in some cases, they will actually include the furigana in the question. And that is because they're testing your grammar. They don't care if you understand the vocabulary. They're testing your grammatical skills, dude. And then you check. And then, so you learn all of the vocabulary in these sentences. And I do recommend this approach because if you just have this book, it's pretty cheap, affordable, you cover everything in this, and then you take the test along with the listening. It will get you very far. You know the 80-20 rule, you want to cover most things in a book. You don't want to just spend all your money like I did. Like, I love the books. I love the books. On all the books. So I walk in a bookstore and I walk out with a bookstore, right? This is the N3. And you can check the description. I linked all these 4 books. The question again, and then at the back you can see it's getting lengthier, broader, well, longer explanations. Now we're going to cover the N2, and most people aim for this level because the N1 you don't really need all the vocabulary and the grammar in that test. So let's see over here, and then at the back we have quite long longer sentences, more complicated. And then we have the N1. And you can see they don't include any furigana. So they don't show you how to read the kanji. You have to just know it. Over here, much longer, right? And good. So that is the number one cheating style, is you get something that's going to cover 80%, the 80-20 rule, right, of the test, and that is through a Q&A or a workbook, like a mock, including a mock test. Get that, and then you take your examination if you're in a rush. If not, I'm sorry if you have failed, but at least you've tried. I'm gonna make more videos. Thanks for watching. Mata ne.